Welcome back to the series called How to Stop People Pleasing Tendencies. So, in the last few videos, we have gone through a lot of information. The first one, we talked about how people pleasing tendency starts. The second one, we talked about diving deeper to figure out what is other people's thinking models and what is our thinking models. And then in the third video, we talked about processing our emotions, allowing us to have our emotions, process it. And then now, well, we're going to give ourselves the safety to decide what we want and then to speak up. A little bit background information is this. Our brain is very smart. The key thing to our brain is to always keep us safe because we're always in survival mode. Every single second, our brain is trying to figure out if we're safe or not. Safe or not. When it's not safe, our brain will react so that it keeps us safe. As I mentioned, because of the people pleasing tendency starts when we were children, it kind of kept up in a loop. So that once we grow up, even though we have more information, even though we're smarter, even though we're wiser, our brain, our primal brain is still in this little loop where we were kids. So whenever our boss yells at us, we go into this people pleasing tendency as a little kid. So we may not speak up, we may not talk back. And so we have to give ourselves the safety to think about what we want because most times we will never ask the question, what do you want? And also we want to learn to give ourselves the safety so that we can practice speaking up, telling others what we want to do. So, one of the things that I can share with you is called faster EFT. And I also have another video called Three Techniques to Stop Stress and Anxiety. And you can also use that video for more for other tools to give your body safety too. Faster EFT is based on acupuncture point to bring ourselves back into our body to say, hey, at this moment, I am safe. There are no threats outside. I am in a safe space. So I would like to invite you to think about something that makes you a little bit anxious. Maybe you have to speak to your boss. Maybe you have to share a piece of news with your parents and you know that they're going to get mad at you. So I just want to give you a moment to think about something that makes you a little bit anxious. And once you get that, feel that in the body. And once you feel it, you can maybe crank it up a little bit. For me, once I get anxious or fear takes over, it's like a little electrical outlets that goes across my chest. Okay, so that's how I know that I'm anxious and I'm in fear. So what about you? Crank it up a little bit, and then you can follow me. We're going to tap the top of our head. I see you. I know you're right here. And I'm going to let you go. And then between the eyebrows, I see you. I know you're here. And you have no control over me. I'm going to let you go. And then on the temple, oh yeah, I can see you and I know it is scary. It's very scary. I'm going to let you go. And then underneath the eye, just gentle tap. I see you and I know it's okay. And then between the collarbones, I see you. It's okay. I'm right here. And then wrap one of your thumbs around your wrist and breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out twice as long. And I'd like to ask you to do a quick body scan to see how it feels. Chances are you're a little bit calmer. And if you're still feeling it, you can do a few more rounds. Top of the head, between the eyebrows, temple, under the eye, chest, and breathing. in and out twice as long. Now, why is this important? Once again, this is so that we bring our body back into safety because our primal brain takes over when we feel unsafe. Our nervous system kicks in, gets activated, and we will either go into fight, flight, or freeze mode. So that's why sometimes when our parents starts yelling at us, we may actually stop dead in our tracks and we have no clue. Like we can't even turn around and walk out because for me, freeze is my default response. So when our primal brain takes over, our prefrontal cortex actually doesn't function so well. But our prefrontal cortex is the spot in our brain where we think logically, we plan, and we decide what's best for us. So by doing the faster EFT, it's called faster EFT, this tapping, we're trying to bring our nervous system back into safety so that we can think properly what's best for us. And then once we have gotten into the safety mode, we can also decide how do we want to speak to our parents? How do we want to deal with our boss? How do we want to deal with our spouse? And all of these require us to think logically with our prefrontal cortex. And so this is the part where we come into safety. We decide on what we want and we decide how we want to show up. We can only do that once our body feels safe. So that's why after the processing of the emotions, we have to bring our body back into safety so that we can decide on what we want. And this is it for this video. In the next part, we're going to visualize actually doing the thing, speaking to our parents, speaking to our boss. We're going to go into visualization so that we can decide, hey, I really want to be confident when I talk to my parents, even when they yell at us. I want to be able to show that I'm capable speaking to my boss. So we're going to go into visualizing the event happening. That's it for this video. If there is any other questions, you can send me a message. If you want more resources as to ways to give your body give your body safety, you can go check out my video called 3 Techniques to Stop Anxiety and Stress, and you can watch that. The link is below. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next one.